Hi, I'm Janna Free, a self-love life coach. And does anyone get anxiety before a trip? I call it travel anxiety. So I get that way. I get anxiety about a lot of things. But today we'll talk about how whenever a trip is going to come up, I get a little worried about it. Maybe from the moment I book the trip, I start to feel a little bit of anxiety. And sometimes I'm able to just put that away and say, okay, we don't have to worry about that right now. The anxiety though, it increases, especially the night before the trip. Let's say I'm gonna fly, I start to worry I'm gonna oversleep or that I'm gonna forget something, and the anxiety starts to build up. But the thing about anxiety is that it just is incessantly knocking on our door if we're not willing to address it. So here's my tips on handling travel anxiety. Number one, let it come along for the ride. It doesn't have to be in the driver's seat, but it can be in the passenger seat or the back seat. Just be willing to let the anxiety come along with you. Know that, hey, this is the part of my trip that's not very much fun, because the anxiety is going to be there and it's okay. When we start to get mad at it for being there and resisting that it's there, then that turns it into a problem, which brings me to number two. Just don't be mad that it's there. Just know it's okay. It can be in the passenger seat, but it doesn't have to drive. And expect it to be there. If you have a history of anxiety, don't expect yourself to not get anxious about going on a trip or a vacation. So when it comes along and you start to notice the tightness in your chest or the churning in your stomach or however it manifests itself inside of you, just don't be surprised. Expect it to be there. And then lastly, make friends with it. When you feel it start to come up, say, hey, anxiety, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while and I knew you were gonna be here. So I was expecting you. How's it going? If you can make it known that you see it, you recognize it, the anxiety doesn't really like that. It kind of starts to dissipate and fizzle out. The more that you're willing to look at it, the less it wants to be there. So instead of trying to push it down, stuff it down, redirect your mind to something else, just try looking at it. If you could hold the anxiety in your hands, what would it look like? Give it a consistency. Is it like slime? Is it hot lava? Is it acidic? And just pretend you can look at it and be like, oh, anxiety, of course you're here. And just make light of it instead of being mad. Oh, I hate it when this happens. And then you get mad at yourself. And then you get mad at the people around you that are gonna be going on the trip with you. And then it just makes everyone miserable. So try these tips the next time that you are having travel anxiety or anxiety about anything. Just expect it, make friends with it, take a look at it, and see how that does and see how that feels within your body instead of resisting it. And if you need some more help with that, you can sign up for a free coaching session with me at my website, which is coachwithjanna.com.